How are we, my friends? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night news roundup here on Anfield Agenda. I'm going to take you through the very latest news around Liverpool Football Club with a view to this summer's transfer window. We're going to talk about Luis Diaz. We're going to speak a little bit about Rodrigo, a young defender from Italy that Liverpool are showing interest in, as well as a couple of updates around potential deals that might link in to a move for Liverpool Football Club. One of those deals will be Victor Osimhen, who's potentially closing in on a move to Galatasaray. So that and lots more to come over the next few minutes. As always though, we do want to know your thoughts, so feel free to let us know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. If you'd like the news first before anybody else, make sure you get across to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp community as well. Just scan the QR code on the screen. That'll bring you straight across where you will get updates as quickly as we can from myself and everybody else here at Team Anfield Agenda to keep you as informed as possible. Right. Let's start off with Konate as an example, because tonight we did a poll on the channel where we asked what you think happens with Ibrahim Konate this summer. We had three options: stays at Liverpool Football Club with a new deal, stays at Liverpool Football Club and runs down his deal, or leaves this summer. And 75% of people that voted, and there was over 3,000 votes, said that they think one of the options of either running down his deal or leaving this summer are the ones that are most likely for him. I don't know how to feel about it. I still hope that he agrees a contract extension with Liverpool, but certainly at this point it's not looking like that's an outcome that we can expect anytime soon. Now, we did say to you guys that Liverpool are showing interest in a young Italian player, and the name of the player you need to keep an eye on is Giovanni Leone. Leone is one of Italy's brightest prospects, said Alex Crook, who's enjoyed a brilliant debut season. He's 18 years of age, he's a centre-back, and he's 6'4", and that is about all I know about Giovanni Leone. So if you've been watching him in Serie A, please do let me know in the comments what we could expect. Is he good enough, or is it still too young to come across to Liverpool Football Club? It would have to be as a replacement for the likes of a Konate, because we've lost Kwanzaa, so that's the young defender gone. I think Mark Gay is probably likely to give us the experience as well as, of course, a bit of usefulness. But if Konate goes, then maybe the likes of a Jarell Haddo or maybe this youngster could be somebody the Reds would look at. A bit of an update from the Getafe president, who said, "I've been here for 25 years and every year a journalist comes out saying that the club is going to be sold. And now it's Liverpool, but it's not for sale. One day I'll have to leave, but until then, there's a long way to go." This obviously speaking about the fact that FSG had been rumoured to be interested in buying Getafe, and the Getafe president there saying the club isn't for sale. Let's move on to Napoli, because they have had an improved offer for Galatasaray for Victor Osimhen. €75 million has been reached, said Romano, but the release clause hasn't been triggered as it would have to be paid over 5 years. Surely, decision Napoli has to be take the money at this point. And if it does happen, well, that very likely means that they will have the money to sign Darwin Núñez from Liverpool, if indeed they want to proceed with that one. They certainly couldn't get €75 million for Victor Osimhen and then start crying poor mouth to Liverpool. Between that and the Kvaratskhelia Kvaratskhelia money, we certainly know that they'll have it. So I think we may see a few dominoes start to fall now. And if they do sell him, well, at least we know we'll probably get another offer then for Darwin. Let's talk about Lucho for a minute, because this report from Dario AS said that Diaz is aware there's a chance that Barcelona mightn't be able to register him if they sign him. So he's requested an indemnation clause in the deal to make them pay him a considerable sum if they don't register him, if, of course, he's signed. Now let's move on to some reports from Romano about Rodrigo. So what we can rule out is a move to the Saudi Pro League for Rodrigo. We don't know if he'll leave Real Madrid, if he'll come to Liverpool, Arsenal or anywhere else, but he did say this: reports on Rodrigo and Al Nassr are wide of the mark, same as Gabriel Martinelli. Al Nassr are working off different targets and a different budget, not crazy expenses. Rodrigo's focus is only on European football, which is kind of what you want to hear, right? At this stage of his career, his focus should be on winning the top prizes in Europe. And look, he's won an awful lot with Real Madrid, but he's too good to be going to the Saudi Pro League at this point of his career. So does that mean Liverpool could be in for him? I don't know, but I love it. And somebody tonight in the chat made a really good shout. They said maybe Liverpool go into next season with a kind of PSG kind of vibe, bringing in the likes of Rodrigo and maybe playing him central, or, you know, playing a false nine system. Maybe we don't get the centre forward. Maybe we we play similar to PSG. So let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section. Chelsea. So as we know, Chelsea tonight reached the final of the Club World Cup, and credit to them for that achievement. But they've also made close to £80 million now from their performances in the Club World Cup. That is a significant amount of money that will only strengthen their hand now in the transfer market as well. Romana wrote, excellent job by Maresca with Champions League return, Conference League trophy, and a perfect Club World Cup so far. And look, it's been a pretty fruitful experience over there for Chelsea, and they're in the final, which I think they lose for what it's worth. But either way, credit to them for getting there. It's a lot of money, and they haven't been standing still in the transfer market either, as we've seen João Pedro scored a brace for them today. So now it's over to us to see what we can do. And for what it's worth, I do think you will see Liverpool finish this window and we'll be happy with it. I know there's a lot of worry at the minute. People think we could be leaving ourselves short if we sell Darwin, if we sell, let's say, Diaz, maybe Chiesa, Harvey Elliott. But the club won't leave themselves intentionally short. And I can only imagine that they sold Jarell Quansah knowing that they have a replacement lined up and ready to go. We'll probably see, in my estimation, a decisive decision on what's going to happen around Marquez's future, whether that's Liverpool, whether that's Arsenal, whether that's... Actually, I don't think it'll be Arsenal because they're going for the Valencia centre-back, or whether that's Newcastle. Truth is, at this moment in time, I really don't know, but my guess would be it'll be Liverpool because it makes sense. He's homegrown. He's in a similar contract situation to Konate, meaning we can probably get him for below what his real market value would be. Premier League tested. And we need a defender. So for me, that one makes a load of sense. But what happens up top, I'm genuinely intrigued to find out. From my guess, it looks like to me Diaz is looking for a way out of Liverpool because Liverpool don't look like they want to offer him a new contract. And, you know, whatever side of this debate you fall on over his wages, ultimately, if Liverpool aren't going to offer him a new deal, then it doesn't really matter what he's currently on because their stance is they're not negotiating. So then he either has to find a club that will pay what Liverpool would ask. And also, and this can't be lost in this either, Liverpool have to have time to find a replacement. So Liverpool need to look after our interests, which is centre-back, centre-forward. The positions we knew going into the market we had to solve. After that, then we have time for the Diaz's or the Elliots or anything else. But Liverpool do have to make sure that our interests are served first. So what happens over the next week or two remains to be seen. And also, before I finish up this video, as I sit here recording this now at 11:15, there's still been no official word yet on whether the friendly against Preston at the weekend will take place or not. Obviously, the lads reported back to the AXA today, and I imagine there was a lot of conversations there about how best to proceed. So that is it from me for now, ladies and gents, but we will be back tomorrow. Same as always, video about 4:30, 5:45, stream at 8:45, and then I'll be back tomorrow night for a late night news roundup as well. Once again, thank you for your incredible help and support over the last week. It really is appreciated. Much love. Bye-bye.